everyone. Good morning, and welcome to another episode of the Small Business Fridays. I hope everyone is excited to meet our guest for this week. And if you're just joining us for the first time, the Small Business Fridays is every Friday by 10 a.m. and we meet with amazing entrepreneurs from the SME 100 Africa community to just share their journey, their story with us. And we learn so much from every entrepreneur that joins us every week. All right. We're excited to meet our guest for today. We have Abimbola Olamijulo, the lead planner of Zahar Beige and also foremost bridal care specialist. Hello, good morning, Abimbola.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Thank you for having me.
All right, thank you so much for joining us today. So I've given a brief introduction. Just tell us a bit about yourself.
Okay. My name is Abimbola Olamijulo. I'm the foremost bridal care specialist. I'm the lead event consultant. Bridal personal shopper and SME support personnel with Zahar Beige. We ensure a seamless event journey for all clients, from the wedding journey to the end of the ceremonies or wedding project or event project. I'm also obligated to lead the team to ensure that every part of the project that we have is completed and excellently delivered to all clients.
Amazing. It seems like something different. Can you just tell us a bit more about actually the services you provide? Because you said you're a bridal care specialist. So what does it mean? Let's just talk about that aspect of the business. What does it mean to be a bridal care specialist? What bridal care? What do you mean, like before the wedding, after, or during the wedding? Is it post, pre, or during? What is all that about?
Okay. Yeah. So every professional service of ours was bettered out of thoughtfulness. It's out of seeing that there is a challenge and how can you solve it regardless. So bridal care was bettered out of me observing brides. I was at a wedding some time ago and I just noticed that the couple were on stage and the event planner was focused on guests and the MC was doing something else, attending to or conversing with the guests. And the couple just seemed on their own on the stage, in their own world. And I thought to myself, the reason that I'm eating this rice is because these people have come together in marriage.
Yes, definitely.
I mean, there wouldn't be a rice or chicken at that point if these people didn't come together. So why is it that there's no one taking special care of them, observing them, noticing every bit of their movement, whatever they need, and attending to them? I felt that there was a problem there. And I felt I needed to solve that problem one way or the other. And then I started working on myself. I started, I got certified in emotional intelligence and I got a bit of updates and information on emotional mastery, helping me to be able to manage all kinds of humans, because especially women, we have a lot of things that, different hormones, especially when we have pregnant brides, how to manage their emotions. We are very observant, extremely observant, attention to details. We get pregnant brides sometimes. Some people won't even tell you they're pregnant. But those who are privileged to tell us, we ask, please understand that this is for us to serve you better. What trimester are you in? What sitting posture is appropriate for you? What sort of pillow would you like? So we think of all of those things. How long can you stand for? Can you dance? Can you bend? Can you kneel? All of those information. Then when we always insist to dress pregnant brides, but their wedding designers want to dress them. But then we take a look, because sometimes you are trying to fit them into an outfit and then you are making them very uncomfortable around the abdomen, And so you would have left. And then when she wants to change her outfit, you see us doing a lot of work, trying to ensure that she's back on her feet, And also we realized that many times people have wedding planners, but they are depressed after their wedding. There's just so much overwhelming, so much stress, maybe from family, from friends, from vendors, those sort of things. And we realized that why don't we just take over the activities of their wedding journey? Why don't we just be like their PA? But then again, we're taking care of them. So we're working towards partnering with While working towards partnering with all those agencies that organizations that have to do with wellness to help see how that they can go for some therapies, to the spa sessions and all of those things
After the wedding?
No, during their wedding
Okay,
planning process.
okay.
So that they are, because many times you want to see a bride or groom slay on their wedding day. You don't know what they are going through. They're just putting on a face to slay for the pictures and that's it. Then it's in the changing room you really know how they are feeling, so we prep them for the big day. And afterwards, sometimes we also have a package that after the wedding, before they go for their honeymoon, especially those who don't go immediately, we ensure that they have a spa session just so that they are okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's amazing. I think, wow, because that you said something. You said that it was out of thoughtfulness. I think that is definitely really thoughtful, because I know that a lot of brides actually go through so much before, after, during the wedding, and there's not so much attention paid to brides as well. Yeah, you said you actually certified in emotional intelligence. Did you take a course?
So emotional mastery, I had a short course in emotional mastery. I'm actually working towards being a coach in that aspect, because it's deeper than we think. Mental health is key, and many times we don't even know how to manage our emotions. Talk less of having to become an entrepreneur or living life and fulfilling purpose and being a career person, getting to the peak of your career. People don't understand that emotional intelligence is key. I mean, it's everything, literally. It's what drives you. It's what helps you live every day of your life and manage every situation of your life. So imagine dealing with humans that you don't know from nowhere. They just come up into your life and you are in their life for like 3 months, planning their wedding, or 5 months or 6 months. How do you manage their emotions? So it's also very important for us. We're very observant, as I said earlier. So we take note of certain things. They don't necessarily have to say everything. You have to be very observant. And then I'll say, oh, I noticed that you are this. So we confirm some things sometimes. But some things that might come off
about this.
Yes. So some things that come off as being offensive, we'll just look for ways around it and say, oh, I see you don't like this.
Communication is definitely very key.
What fragrance do you like? What don't you like? And pregnancy takes different tools on different people. No pregnancies are the same, even if it's the same body. So all of those things basically just to ensure that they are fine. Some people will say, oh, I don't want anything green around my stage where we'll sit on it. And some decorators, they want to make that place pop and they would forget that little detail. I'm like, no, the bride says she doesn't want it. So we're working towards ensuring that the moment a couple decide to get married, they book our services, and then we take perfect control of every aspect of their wedding planning process. We also plan weddings, because we do weddings and events, celebrations. We don't do burials for now, because that's another spiritual level, because it's transiting to another world. I mean, that's deep for me. So because I'm very thoughtful and I'm a deep thinker, so that we're not called to do everything. So I mean, it's one step at a time.
Yeah.
So basically, that's it. That's
wow, amazing. So when did you start? When did you start the business?
So unofficially doing 8 to 5, sometimes 8 to whatever,
You had an 8 to 5.
Yes. Okay. And I was also managing events during the weekends. So I would have events. I would go to work Monday to Friday, Saturdays or Sundays, or Saturdays and Sundays I have jobs. I would, at the time I was working with several event planners who would say, oh, I want you to be, so I have a couple, I want to be bridal assistant or bridal care. Sometimes, oh, I have an event, I won't be around, I need to manage this. So I was doing it unofficially for years.
Were you getting paid for it? Or
yes, of course. Of course. Of course.
Oh, you meant, okay.
When you upgrade your skill and knowledge, and then you realize, oh, you need to step up your prices, and then you want to properly package them and do the needful. So we're doing it unofficially for like 7 years.
Oh, wow.
So officially 2 years. 2 years, I think.
So before, in the 7 years, did you already have the brand name, or you were just doing it as a side hustle?
So we had a previous name, but it wasn't registered, So it was just something, and many times it was just to help others. So sometimes some people say, oh, I see you do this or you do that. Can I come and work with you? So I'll just talk to the planner, and then we just work together, and then we just pay them off. After the service, So, but when I realized that...
so you worked with other planners?
I worked with other planners, and I also managed events myself.
Okay.
Yes. So I realized that bridal care was a huge... There was a gap. And many people would say, oh, we have bridal assistants, and that's fine. But I feel like many times they give this very delicate role to interns or assistants, and we barely have them taking it so seriously. Oh, some people think it's just about helping them with their items. They don't know that you have to really look at them, monitor and observe that they are fine, because their well-being is everything, sometimes in some cases we even ask that they go to the hospital for checkups, because you will just observe that it's something doesn't sit well. So they don't do all of that, and many times planners feel, oh, few days to the time is when I call a bridal assistant or bridal care consultant, and there's really no one in the world that does it anyway in its entirety. So I decided that, oh, fair, because I read I did a lot of research about it before I decided, oh, this is what we're going to do. And a few people in the industry are like, oh, I'm grateful you do this. Now I can say that I do this, because people don't regard the service as something really important.
Deep. It's just like
so they think it's just carry my luggage. They don't know that it's more than that. It's their well-being that is key. I mean, you don't know that they don't like this meal you serve to them. You don't know that they react to something or they have allergies. There's nuts in the food. You don't know that. I've had a couple who one of them didn't like crayfish or any form of seafood. I mean, and then we managed it well, So all of those very little information, detailing, are you aware of that? Mocktails, what can't you mix together for some couples? As much as you want to make a mocktail and you want to really, there are some things that some of them don't take. Do you know all of that? So it's not, and I see some of them sending, maybe when they stay over in the hotel or apartment with the bride the day before, I see them sending them on errands. We've been privileged to also stay with brides where they lodge, reside where they lodge, and then you see some small girls, and I'm like, what are you doing? At the middle of the night, maybe like 10:30, 11, one of the bridesmaids sent me on an errand. For what? And she's from obviously another event company, because I mean, when you even see our staff or our colleagues, you won't be able to send them, because it's stated in the contract. They are for the couple, and the bride and groom knows their job description. So it's not even, you can't even send them on some random errands, So it's very important that,
there's definitely a lot that goes on with weddings and stuff.
Yes.
I'm really just learning, because I've never really been like totally involved in like a wedding planning process, and just, thinking of the couple, what people go through, what you like, what you don't like. That's amazing. I know that this is definitely very, thoughtful, like you said. And with so you said that in your business you actually so isn't it the kind of like the chief bridesmaid's role, kind of just a lot more than that?
So we also got to realize, because as I said, all of this is out of thoughtfulness. You observe certain things. There are different personalities of bridesmaids. There are some that will do everything for you. And there are some that want to come and slay at your wedding. I mean, they will tell you, see, I'm not your house help, forget. I just came to slay. And some people, because they have a relationship with their brides or their grooms, they've gone way back, and there's just no other person that will fit into the role of chief bridesmaid to sign.
But not everybody has the actual, I get that.
Not many of them know their
totally
JDs.
get that.
And the thing is, even when they are around them, some of our team members also ensure their luggage is intact. Oh, they are dancing, they will soon leave for their hotel, get their luggage in their vehicles, their drinks, whatever they would take along before spending some money in the hotel and stuff like that. I had a bride one time who it was in, I think it was in the north. So the day before I contacted, or a few days before, I contacted one of the siblings of the bride, and I said, please, I'll need a couple of coolers, because I knew they weren't going for the honeymoon immediately. So I said, I need a couple of coolers, please, like 2 or 3. And he was like, for what? I said, don't worry, I will talk to you later about it. Please, I need it in your boots on that day. And he was shocked. So earlier that day, when I left the couple and I knew they were fine, I just went to the vendor. I said, please, I need food for the couple, rice, chicken, I did, and I put everything, stated everything. She said, no, they didn't tell us. I said, sorry, the reason that you're here is because 2 people are getting married, and they are the 2 people that I'm trying to get this meal for. So please, I need you. I will bring coolers afterwards, at least small coolers for them to eat for a few days, And then she told me she didn't need to shop for a while, that was what they ate, that she would never forget, that she was so grateful. Like,
because the whole wedding planning process is so overwhelming.
I mean, and she
the
had a
couple is
wedding
definitely
planner.
Forgotten.
That they had a wedding planner. Of course, she was doing so many things and probably did not think of that. Or she thought of that and then maybe the person in charge didn't sort that out. It's fine. But then it's not fine by us. We make sure they are fine. What's going to happen after your wedding? Are you guys traveling immediately? What are you going to eat in a couple of days? We ask all of those questions. Except you don't want to tell us, and it's fine. But I mean, your mental health is key. Your well-being is key to us. You are the reason everyone is gathering together.
Yes.
So that's key to me. It's more than just coming together and eat. Their well-being is the key thing.
That's amazing, because I know that, you know what, I would definitely need the services, you know, with friends and everything, because it's something I've never thought about, you know. I just thought, yeah, you know, bridesmaids, the work is on you, do everything, and, you know, but definitely taking proper, like, paying so much attention to the couple is so important, you know, post the day, pre the day and everything. So do you have a team of people, or do you do everything yourself? Or
so when I started, I used to do everything myself. I didn't take 2 jobs at a time because I was extremely observant, and I needed people who would be on the team who would think like me, who have not entirely think like me, but have certain qualities to be able to fit into that role. Are you thoughtful? Are you extremely observant? When a bride says a word in a different way and you've been talking to her for a while, would you notice there's something wrong? When she speaks, when she bends a certain type of way, would you notice there's something wrong without her speaking? You know, so basically someone who understands unspoken words and actions. It's very important. So we have a team, though they come on when we have jobs. Some had to go further their education.
It's kind of like
those
part-time.
Yes, it's part-time. It's part-time. Because, you know, there are other things that we do in the business also. We can't put people on the job when there is no work going on, you know. So we pay per project. And that's how it works for us at the moment. But we've instilled structure in such a way that even when I'm not around, certain people can handle certain things and things can work well.
Yeah. So how is it now with, you know, COVID-19? How did it affect your business? Because I know event planning definitely got hit. Everyone, you know, doesn't want to go for events. Everyone wants to stay at home. Virtual weddings, virtual this, virtual that. So how did it actually affect your business?
It did. It did, really. And that was what bettered another service that we offer, support services for SMEs. We got to realize that a lot of event professionals who have been in the industry for years, 7, 10 years, 15 years, who claim to understand what it is to run a business, don't understand their statutory obligations, do not understand separating themselves from their businesses, do not understand that your personal money is not your business's money, your business money isn't yours. You know, so I had to learn a bit of structure, more about structure. I also learned data entry. I also learned how to, you know, put books together, financial books together for businesses just before the accountant or auditors come and handle the rest of it. So just to help them understand that, see, your business has to be structured in such a way that when you're not around, you know if your staff is robbing you. So the whole system is cloud-based anyway. We work cloud-based and then we deliver our services to you. However how it is. I also got to realize that many people don't know, they just register their businesses, they have a TIN, and that's the end. They don't remit VAT, they don't remit nothing. And I'm shocked. I'm dazed because I asked questions. Yes, I didn't know it all. I asked questions. I went places to get information. And then, you know, someone will automatically nearly assume that either I'm a lawyer or I'm a tax consultant or something, but it's not. I just try to be knowledgeable, and that's how I keep myself updated, and I'm able to assist them. So when something is not clear, I have personnel in these organizations that I contact. Please, what's the updated information? Because sometimes they might have a live session where they come up with new rules about this taxing and all of these things, and then it's not updated on their website. So sometimes I have to call them in their office immediately. I mean, so I might just call them their office. Hello, please, what's the new update regarding this? What do especially businesses who are registered as business names? They think that they are not doing anything. There's nothing to remit. There's nothing to do. They don't even know the business owners don't even know they are to remit personal income tax. So at the point of traveling to a country and they are rushing to LIRS or those places, and then they say, "Oh, you're traveling, right?" And then you see how that they are coughing out all the monies that they didn't pay ahead and previously, So I feel like we can do better. As much as we want so much from the business, let's try our best to do as a part of it. Yeah. Remit what it sees to the government, and I'm sure things will get better.
The fact that you said so it wasn't a service until COVID came, and you had to think of something else you could be doing possibly.
Yes. So a lot of people always try to, I don't know, maybe it's my aura. A lot of people try to communicate with me and say, "Oh, I don't know this about this." Okay, so I have an HR background, and so I also assist with hiring, firing, and payroll management. So they
definitely done a lot. Really.
So when they see that I say certain things about inquiries that they make about businesses, they're like, "Oh, can I talk to you about this?" And then that's how I realized that a lot of people were reaching out. And then support. I said, "Okay, so this is a problem. No, not many people are actually solving this problem." Also, in that aspect of support, we also help with event expense tracking, because a lot of people we just set budgets, tell the client to keep paying for different services. At the end of the project, you don't even remit and say, "Oh, this is how your money was spent." You don't track the expenses for them to help them understand that, "Oh, this is it." And
that's amazing. Definitely a service I'll definitely want to, because support for SMEs is definitely, a lot of businesses actually don't know it. So how has your entrepreneurship journey actually been like? So you started, you had an 8 to 5, like you said. Then you went. So is this the first business you're going? Because I know a lot of people, they try so many other things before they now land into what is their calling, would I say, or fulfilling purpose and calling. And so what has your journey been like with entrepreneurship?
I have tried to do a lot of things, and somehow you just know that this isn't it. Yes, and there's that aspect of things not working well. Developed countries will have certain things we do not have here. And then I just felt, it's time to really understand what really I'm meant to do, like something unique, not what everyone does. Yes, everyone has something unique in them. Yes, I get that. But then I realized that there's so much more to offer. I just need to think deeply, read up, and understand what's going on. And I wouldn't say I've actually ventured into businesses like that. I've just done a lot of other different things, personal shopping from way back when I was resident in Abuja. Done a lot of other things just to assist people. And at the time, I was just doing it as, let me just be of assistance to you, So yeah, that's it.
I want to ask you a bit of a technical question. Well, not really technical, but how for entrepreneurs that, different entrepreneurs, what's the thing? So how do you determine when you need to push forward into your business, or when you need to actually, this is not for me? What is that determining? But I say, what are those determining factors? What's the underlining, How do you know when something is not working? Because everyone is like, "Oh, you can do it, push forward." And then how do you reach that point where you're like, "Nah, actually, this is not for me," or "I need to push forward"? Do you get what I mean?
Yes, I do.
So,
okay, so
there's no answer to this, but I just want to hear your thoughts on that.
Normally, when people set up businesses, they've got goals, they've got things to achieve.
Yeah.
There's so much that they've had in mind. But along the line, certain things might even be working, and they just decide, "I want to sell off the company. We're not doing it again. We're just closing up." And sometimes it might be just difficulty in accessing certain things. There's really, it's dependent on the business owner, really, many times. Because now, if we use the normal technical terms and speak all the vocabulary and all of that, you get to realize that it's relative. It's dependent on the business owner. What do you see that at this point I think we can move on? It's really dependent on the business owner at some point in time.
At some point in time. So, a member of SME 100 Africa community, how has that been like for you?
Oh, so I'm grateful I joined. I think I attended, yes, I recall, I attended a meeting at Terra Culture before, an event at Terra Culture before the lockdown, just before the lockdown. And it was interesting because I got to meet people.
Yeah.
And I'm someone who is very private. I do not like the cameras. I don't like to be seen. I don't even like to be known. So a few people would say, oh, I go on Zahar Beige pages. We don't know the owner. We don't see pictures. And I'm like, we don't want you to come because of the face of the owner or the founder or the lead planner. Come because you believe that they can render an excellent service. Because that's all it's about. Because by the time you look up to someone's face and then you want that person at every job of yours, every event of yours, it's then when you have other things to do, it looks like you've
left it for some random. I get that.
So I've met people, networking key. I've met people that have really helped me understand that, see, for the brand, forget who you are. You really have to be out there. And these people also inspired personal branding. So, I've met amazing people. Even amongst the SME team, I've met amazing people who follow up, always asking after the business, how we're doing, how are you doing today. So many messages from last year, and interesting. I've also attended sessions with the founder of SME, Charles. Yeah, that's his name, right? Charles. So I've attended his live sessions on Zoom severally about helping businesses, assisting them, helping them access grants and all of those things, communicating how to scale the markets in their areas, different areas. And it's been interesting.
Amazing. Thank you for being here, honestly.
Thank you.
I've learned so much. I mean, your business is probably something I haven't heard of. So if uniqueness was your goal, tick, because you have that, because I definitely haven't heard of that. And it's something I know a lot of people actually need, but just don't know that it's available to have.
Yes.
So people actually need, someone to actually take care of the couple and the bride, and for pregnant brides as well, that are open to share that information. Definitely something that you need to. So where can we reach you? Your Instagram page or?
Yeah, so the Instagram page handle is at Zahar Beige, ZAHARBEIGE. On Facebook, Zahar Beige Event Managers. So the Instagram handle also works for Twitter, at Zahar Beige. Okay. Oh, we're still off. Okay. Because I haven't been there in a while. So, yeah.
Amazing. So just head over to their Instagram page and their Facebook as well to just learn so much about, bridal care and what services they can actually offer you. It's been amazing speaking to you. Before we go, what can you tell our lovely entrepreneurs watching? What advice? What just a bit of words of wisdom, really.
I would say it's very important that you've discovered yourself before you get into business.
That is so key.
If you don't discover yourself, 1 million no's will drain you. 1 million no's will drain you. People will shut the door at you and you'll be depressed. But if you have a goal, you know your purpose, you know your vision, nothing can shake you. You might break a bit, but you get back up on time. That's very key. My dad always says, whatever you've got to do, whatever you set your mind to do it well or don't do it at all. And my mom used to say, she always says, no one is an island. You need people to get to every area to get to the peak of whatever you set your mind to do. You need people in every area of your life. Treat people well. And there's something I always say, whatever you do, be very thoughtful and be humane. The world needs more of this. If the world had more humane people, more thoughtful humans, it would be a better place today. Thank you.
It's amazing. Wow, that's amazing. I'm taking it a lot. And I know one thing that I would just pick out is just, discover yourself before you go into business. Because like you said, you might get 1,000 no's. And if you can't deal with that, if your self-esteem isn't, you know, strong enough, you will just break down, just think that, yeah, my life is over. And finding hope will just be so, so hard to find. But thank you so much. I've learned so much from you this morning, and looking forward to seeing Zahar Beige worldwide,
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
and learning, just doing what you guys do. You're doing a day for coming on Small Business Fridays. We're here again next week on Friday with another wonderful business owner. But I know that you've learned so much from today. And if you would like to join the SME 100 Africa community, please head over to our Instagram page at SME 100 Africa and follow, and also send us a DM. You can also follow our online media platform, 100talks.ng, and our women empowerment platform, which is at 100women.ng. All right, we'll see you guys next week. Have an amazing Friday. Have fun, rest, relax, and have a good day.